I'm the deputy commander of the United Nations Command. It's quite interesting because most of the people I talk to think it's a sort of blue beret wearing United Nations, what used to be called Department of Peacekeeping operation, but it isn't. It's a United States-led mission that is mandated by the United Nations Security Council. The first remit is to enforce the 1953 Armistice Agreement. During a sort of run-of-the-mill week, it will be really the maintenance of the demilitarised zone. It runs about just shy of 200 kilometres if you include the maritime area and the River Han estuary out to the west. And it is 5 kilometres deep from the military demarcation line, the de facto border. South, and then it also runs 5 kilometers in the north. It's hugely complex, hugely interesting. You're constantly on a knife edge. So twice during my year and a half, I have genuinely thought, wow, we're going to war. I think that's really difficult to visualize or understand from the UK, because we have so little understanding of what's happening in Korea. We have so little understanding of the huge tension that exists between the North and the South. And we consistently refer to 70 years of peace since the armistice, but actually over 700 servicemen and women have died since the end of the war. IEDs are planted by the North are still exploding on regular occasions. So if one perceives that this is a peaceful scenario, for some of the time it is, but you're always on that knife edge where one incident could lead to another that could rapidly escalate to major conflict. And every week something happens. It might be a forest fire where we have to get helicopters in to put the fire out. It could be one of the millions of unexploded ordnance or IEDs that are up there initiating and causing casualties. It could be a potential breach. It could be a defector. I never quite know what I'm going to be dealing with in the morning when the phone goes, or in the middle of the night when the phone goes. So, and you never quite know what is going to be a simple tactical problem to solve, and what is actually going to be something of strategic importance that could explode either literally or in the media context into a regional, national, or global issue. It's a massive privilege to me, but for the UK, we talked a lot about the Indo-Pacific tilt, and it was great to see CSG-21, the Queen Elizabeth, come over here a couple of years ago, and we have other maritime, marine, and army assets and Air Force assets come out here. But what this gives the UK is a permanent 3-star voice in North Asia, which, well, there hasn't been any voice above 1-star level east of Suez since the 70s. And I work very closely with the UK Embassy here and in Japan, where we're also based. So it gives a bit of a regional flavour rather than just a national flavour of the UK in Korea. It sort of expands beyond that with all the meetings that go on in Indo-PACOM, in the sub-unified command that the Americans have in Japan, and this sub-unified command that exists in Korea.